There was suddenly like a flash of fire. The exposed wires were just fried. I mean, it looks like wires that were on fire is what it looked like. Well, I have 1.5 full days left in Paris, and just thought I'd recap and tell you a little story about what happened. I was lucky enough that a woman who has a great apartment here was going away to an art residency, and she was nice enough to let me rent her place from her. Everything was great, and she was so nice and so gracious and showed me around the neighborhood, and I wanted to make art every day and I wanted to explore every day, and I did start that. The girl told me about this great little park. It was great for running, and it has a giant lake, and there's this black swan there named Julian. And I thought, well, I don't have a real destination on day one, so I'll just go visit the park and see if I can see Julian. And right off the bat, I saw Julian, and I had a whole photo shoot with this beautiful black swan. And that wound up being my first painting. Second day, ventured out. It was a lot colder than I was expecting. I had come like prepared for spring, and the one thing I didn't bring was a jacket with a hood, like a waterproof jacket with a hood. So,
bit check, going out in Paris. Returning from the day, bit check.
I would go out into the city and it would just rain on me, and I was just not quite prepared for the rain, but it was also really cold. And she had one of these plug-in heaters that's an oil heater. It looks like a radiator, and it didn't seem to be giving off that much heat. But it was giving off this smell that I thought, I don't like that smell. It smelled almost like burning plastic. And I'm like, I don't trust it. So I just turned it off and didn't use it. Then the next night came and it was cold again. So I tried to use the heater again. It gave off that smell again. It was so cold the next night. You know when it's really cold and your hands kind of just cramp up and hurt? Like I couldn't paint because it was just so cold. I plugged it in one last time. The smell happened again. And the lights were pretty much out. I just had my laptop on. There was suddenly like a flash of fire. That burning plastic smell I smelled was the casing that the wires were in. They just singed and melted, and then every sense in my body was on 100. I had to call emergency services in a foreign country where I don't speak the language, and I'm trying to learn the language, but you realize really quickly in an emergency what you don't have a hold of. I had to run down to let the firefighters in, and the 6 firefighters did not speak English. So I had to use my little teensy bit of broken French to talk to them and explain what happened. And a lot of pointing is involved, like here was the fire. And they just shut off the power and cut the little plastic tubing around those wires, and then the exposed wires were just fried. I mean, it looks like wires that were on fire is what it looked like. Then they called an emergency electrician, and he turned off the power to the entire unit. He said, just for your safety. And I was like, no problem. Honestly, in that moment, that's all I wanted. I wasn't cold anymore. It's amazing how that warmed me up because of the current circumstances. It was probably best that I change locations. I had a friend that was going to be coming to visit in about a week, and she did. We did a lot of chill things. We basically figured out everything you could do that was chill to do. We saw a lot of Paris. We did one of the boat rides down the Seine, which was, it's just beautiful. I love the Seine, I really do. I'm gonna take another boat ride tonight just so I can get one last one in before I go. And I'm gonna do it at night so I can see with the lights. It's hard when it's near the end to not just feel the end coming or just think, oh, well, it's over. And this, while it hasn't exactly been the fantasy that I maybe was hoping for, it's been amazing. Even with the twists and turns. I don't want to go home yet. I'll be back here at some point. Paris has been amazing. It feels right. It feels right. When I'm here, it doesn't feel off. I haven't been homesick, other than like missing my cats and my partner. I wish they were here. I don't wish I was there. I wish they were here. That's the thing. I'm not homesick because I feel like I'm home. I just don't live here yet. So, yeah, that's the long and short of it for today. We'll see what happens next. But for now, au revoir.